What's up, Algebra 2 honors? We're doing substitution today. We're getting into the meat of Algebra 1, which is kind of cool. Some stuff that's more new, a little more nuanced, so that's awesome. Let's get to it. So substitution is a technique that we use to solve a system of equations like this, where you have two equations and two unknowns. So there are a couple things we need to solve for. Basically, substitution says find something that's easy to solve for. So we're going to solve for that right there, because all I have to do is move the negative 2x over. Okay, so that will give me y equals, if I move that over, it'll just be a 2x minus 3. So when I'm solving for y there, I move the negative 2x over to the other side of the equation. But when I move that, it changes the sign because I add 2x to each side. Okay, well that's good. And now, once I've solved for this, I'm going to put it in the y in the other equation. So I'm going to substitute. This is where the name comes from. I'm going to substitute the other y with what I solved for. So I'm going to write out this line here, but instead of y, I'm going to put what it equals. It equals 2x minus 3. So let me go ahead and do that. So 3 times 2x minus 3 plus 4x equals 14. Okay, so again, to reiterate what I did, I solved for this y and got this, y equals 2x minus 3. And then I went to the other equation and replaced y with that. So instead of 3y plus 4x equals 14, I replaced the y with what it equals, 2x minus 3. From here, this is an equation that we've done many like it, and you've done in the past. Some like it as well. So let's go ahead and first distribute. So it'll be 6x minus 9 plus 4x equals 14. Combine my like terms, 10x minus 9 equals 14, plus that 9. 10x, 14 and 9 gives me 23. And 23 over 10 doesn't reduce. Okay, good. Okay. Just double check and make sure I'm right, sorry. Okay, now to find the value of, whoops, sorry, I gotta scooch that up. Okay, now I know what x is. X is 23 over 10. And now I need to find out what y is. Well, let me go up here for a second. Y equals 2x minus 3. So I'm going to take this value for x, I'm going to plug it in there, and that will tell me the value of y. So y equals 2 times this minus 3. Okay, y equals 2x minus 3, but I found x. X is 23 over 10. So I'm going to plug that in there. Okay, so let me see here. Y equals, well, the 2 and the 10 would cancel, would reduce a little bit. That'd be 1, that'd be 5. So 23 over 5 minus 3. And I'm tempted to just punch this in my calculator, and I'm going to go ahead and do that because it'll divide evenly. 23 divided by 5 minus 3 gives me 1.6. So that is my final answer. X is 23 over 10, or 2.3, and y is 1.6. Both of those solutions are part of your answer. X is 23 over 10, and y is 1.6. Both of those numbers are important. If you plug both of those numbers into either equation, it will work. Let me jump back up to the top real quick. So these two equations, if I put those two values for x and y in either one, like if I plugged them in here for x and y, I would get 14. If I plugged them in here for x and y, I would get negative 3. That's kind of cool. It'll work out. Okay, keep those steps in mind. I do want you to try it on one. Okay, and I'm going to kind of guide you through the process here. So I'll tell you a step and then you do it, and then I'll tell you a step and then you'll do it. Okay, so the first step is to solve one of the equations for an easy to solve variable. Look at this 6x and 6y, 5x, the x and the 3y. Think about which is easiest to solve for and solve for it. Go ahead and do that.